So here we are, match day 3 for groups A through D. We had Iran upset Wales. We had the US and England draw, and Australia beating Tunisia. Cannot wait to see what match day 3 brings. So let's just jump right into those predictions. So first up, we have Ecuador versus Senegal. Ecuador aren't looking too bad. They beat Qatar in match day 1, and then they drew with a good Netherlands side. Will Valencia have another goal or two to beat Senegal? As for Senegal, though, they lost against the Netherlands and then they beat Qatar. So for this one, Senegal have to win to be able to move on. And for Ecuador, they have to win or draw this match for them to move on. And because of that, I'm going to say that we have a 5-goal game here. And I do believe that Ecuador will win this game 3-2 over Senegal to clinch their spot in the round of 16. So next up, the other two teams in Group A, we have the Netherlands versus Qatar. Netherlands are currently sitting first in the group, beating Senegal on match day 1 and then drawing with Ecuador in match day 2. For Qatar, they have already been eliminated from the round of 16 by losing their matches against Senegal and Ecuador. I think that the Netherlands are just too strong for Qatar to upset them here, so I have to say that the Netherlands win this match 4-1 over Qatar to top Group A. So now we have Group B. We have Iran versus the US. US have to win to move on. Iran currently sits second in the group with a loss in match day 1 to England and then upsetting Wales in that match day 2. Iran is a tough side. Now for the US, they have drawn both of their matches, both Wales and England. They have to win to move on to the round of 16. This one is a tough matchup. I think Iran is a very good side, but I am going to have to go with my biased opinion here. And I think that the US get this done very closely, but a 2-1 victory over Iran for them to make it into the round of 16. Boy, I hope that's right. So then that second matchup in Group B is Wales versus England. Wales drew their first match against US, and then they lost to Qatar in match day 2. They will be missing their goalkeeper, Hennessy, due to his red card against Iran, which was crazy. It was a good matchup. England, however, won their first match against Iran, and then they drew with the US. England have won the last 4 meetings that they have had with Wales, so I believe that doesn't change here, and I believe that England will dominate Wales and actually win 3-0 and be at the top of Group B. So now let's jump to Group D. We have Australia versus Denmark. Australia lost their first match against France, and then in my opinion, they came in and upset Tunisia in match day 2. For Denmark, they drew against Tunisia in match day 1 and then lost to France in match day 2. Currently, Australia is sitting second in the group and Denmark in third. I think this is going to be a very back and forth matchup and game, but I do believe that this game will end in a 1-1 draw, which means Australia makes it into the round of 16 as long as Tunisia draws or loses against France. So for that next matchup, we have Tunisia versus France. Tunisia drew their first match and lost their second match. Now for France, they have had a pretty easily smooth sailing right now with winning both of their first 2 matchups. I have to say that it has been very easy for them. I'm kind of surprised that it has been so easy. And unfortunately for Tunisia, I think it's going to continue for them. They just don't have enough firepower for what France has been doing. Even if France chooses to sit some of their good players, I believe that France win this matchup 3-1 over Tunisia, and they top Group D. So next up, we have the craziness of Group C. And first up, we have Poland versus Argentina. Poland drew in their first match against Mexico and won their second match against Saudi Arabia, which has them top of the group currently. But as for Argentina, they were upset by Saudi Arabia, and then they won their matchup against Mexico in match day 2. This one was very difficult for me to pick. I was going back and forth. I thought Poland would win. I thought Argentina would win. But ultimately, I believe that this match will end in a 1-1 draw there in match day 3. So for the final match in this video, we have Saudi Arabia versus Mexico. Saudi Arabia have had a wonderful upset against Argentina in match day 1, but then they did lose the second match against Poland. Mexico unfortunately drew in their first match and then lost in their second match. I would absolutely love to see Mexico win this against Saudi Arabia, but at the same time, I just feel like I have to do this. It is bias of me. Even though it doesn't really mean anything, Mexico don't get in, but I believe that this matchup also ends in a 1-1 draw. Yes, I think that both of those games in Group C end in a draw in match day 3. So what's your thoughts? Who do you think is going to get the points in this match day 3 to get into the round of 16? Tell me in the comments below. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you like the content. As always, be happy for others, and we'll see you next time.